G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com. Hark, the Herald Angels Sing in the key of G on the mandolin in a chord melody style. In a moment, we're going to take a look at the first 8 measures of the arrangement here in this video, but if you head to pickinglessons.com, you'll be able to grab yourself a copy of the tablature, and in the members section there, we'll break down the remainder of the tune, and you'll have some play along and backing tracks there to help you out as well. Now, we are in the key of G and we are using the chord melody styles. So basically our melody is supported by chords and different chord voicings as we move through. So just as an example, the first couple of measures, you can hear there, here's the melody, it's always on top. Here it is with the chord melody. So we've got some double stops and we also have some triads as well. Yeah, so you can hear the difference and it really does support the melody really well. It's a nice way of playing. It's a slower melody. There are still some challenging chords in here to grab as we move through, but we'll break those down. So first of all, this first measure, pretty straightforward actually. One tip is to try and hold on to your chords as long as you can. Sometimes we need to change, that's okay, but if you can hold a chord for a little longer while you play the next melody note, that's going to support what we're doing. So the open strings and the 5th fret. So just letting that open string ring out. Now this next one, we're going to switch our fingers there just to play that on the upstroke, 3, 4, and 1. But in the next measure, we can hold on to it while we're bringing in the 2nd fret B. And then we get to hold that and switch. So there's our G, 3rd beat, 2nd measure, and D7 inversion here, 5th, 4th, and open. The A on top is our melody. Let's just run those two just to start to get the hang of it, yeah? So just nice and slow. 3, 4, 1. All right, let's have a look at what's happening next. 3rd measure along. Watch the fingering. It's all in the tablature. Yeah, it's all in the tablature. So I'm using my 1st and 3rd on this chord. So we've got our 4th fret, 5th fret, open D in the middle. D on top is our melody. D stays. So this is a good example where our melody is going to stay put and we move our chord underneath. So we've got our G. Then we're moving into a C chord. Yeah, C add 9 to C. Upstroke on those 8th notes because that way you can come back down on the next beat, which our next beat in measure 4. So measure 3, 4, nice and slow, ready, and. All right, measure 5 and 6 are just almost like the beginning. Here we go, we're about to change. So we're going to an A chord here. We have this lovely A variation there, A add 9. Yeah. Let's break down what's happening here in 7 and 8. Nice stopping point there, kind of resolves as we're going through. Now, we've got our D shape here, our D voicing you may be familiar with, our melody on top, then a nice A voicing, A on top, and back into a D inversion, but still A on top. Passing notes in the chords, we get to hold on to that. Measure 7, ready, and. Then measure 8 starts, same double stop, moving down to the A double stop and the D to close it out. So there we have our first 8 measures. Let's just run that nice and slow. So from the top, 3, 4. Okay, so make sure you know those chord voicings and where your fingers need to go. To play it smoothly and connected, you just need to be thinking and being mindful about your fingers so we can kind of hold notes where we can and shifting into chords with appropriate fingers as is needed. Fingering is all in the tablature, so that will be okay. Check that out. Pickinglessons.com. We're going to break down the remainder of this arrangement. In the member section there, you'll also find a play along and backing track, but you can grab the tablature standalone as well. So pickinglessons.com, I'll see you there.